This is a turn-based tactical RPG and with about 250 hours in it. I can confidently say it is the best isometric RPG that I have personally played, liking it even a bit more than Baldur's Gate 3, thanks to Divinity's strong and charming characters and protagonists, great character development, fun and rememberable boss fights, exceptional voice acting for every single character, no matter how insignificant that character might be, and a consistently high quality throughout the entire game despite a first playthrough taking about 100 to 150 hours, which does not even count the insane replayability this game offers. So this game set a new standard for what computer RPGs could achieve, and it's worth understanding why it resonated so deeply with players, and why still after all these years the game manages to have thousands of concurrent players on Steam. For the sake of spoilers, I am not going to show some of the cool things I am about to mention to not ruin the experience. At its core, it's a turn-based RPG with an isometric perspective. The game drops you into the world of Rivellon, pretty shortly after the death of the previous Divine. You play as a sorcerer, someone with magical abilities that are both powerful and feared by non-sorcerers, since any casting of Source can immediately attract the Void Woken.
The sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
And this is why you start the game imprisoned on a ship with a Source collar, heading to an island detention center. You can either create your own character or choose from 6 origin characters, each with their own unique backstory and personal quests. These origin characters offer some of the game's best writing. If you don't pick one as your main character, you can recruit them as companions for your party of up to 4.
Oh, don't stare.
Each race has advantages. Elves, for example, can gain memories by consuming body parts. The undead get healed by poison, but regular healing damages them. Combat deserves a special mention. It's turn-based with an emphasis on environmental interaction and elemental combinations. You can cast a rain spell to create puddles, then follow up with lightning to electrify everyone standing in water. And this is really just one example of hundreds of different possibilities. The game really trusts the player's intelligence and gives you plenty of opportunities to let your creativity shine. Divinity has some of the best sound effects for combat skills out of any game I have played, to be honest. Pretty much every single skill sounds unique and badass. The game is structured into 4 acts, and each area offers incredible size and depth. Even just the first act itself can take you 25 hours or more, and the second act is even much longer than that. But the thing is that this isn't a bloated, exhausting experience like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but the game is genuinely interesting, fun, and of high quality throughout the entirety of its content. You can totally play at your own pace as well. For example, if you are for some reason not interested in all the exceptional side content of Act 1, then you could theoretically complete Act 1 in less than 10 hours. The game's writing deserves praise too. The dialogue is rich and varied and offers multiple ways to express your character's personality, and your choices do have consequences, sometimes severe consequences. Every single character or animal has voice acting in this game, and exceptional voice acting at that. Not even to mention the narrator, who probably has like 10,000 voice lines in this game.
Its bloody gills open in search of water, but find only air. It gasps in the air, struggling for the breath to speak. It's
No! Die here! Monsters in the water!
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over.
And then there is of course the music. Once again, some of the best music I have personally ever witnessed in video games. Of course, no game is perfect. The inventory system can become a bit of a mess as you collect mountains of items. The combat is deep but can be slow, especially with lots of enemies being involved. The Definitive Edition addressed some issues like refining character stories, rebalancing combat encounters, and adding gift bags that are basically mods that let you adjust some of the game's aspects. Oh, and it's worth mentioning here that the game is considered rather difficult. Some of the later boss fights can be absolutely brutal. video. I had an easier time on some Souls-like bosses, so it comes with different difficulty options that you can switch between during runs. If you haven't experienced it yet, it's absolutely worth your time, especially if you enjoy thoughtful and system-rich RPGs. And that sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.